Today I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful brown smoky eye using only 2 products to create the smoke. This is really simple. First off, you need to think about which kind of smoky eye you want to create. You can follow your natural socket line and create a rounded smoky eye, or you can create a winged smoky eye, which is my preference as I feel like it elongates the shape of the eye. I'm going to be using the VIEVE eye wand in the shade Raven, which is a matte black. Not only is it super long lasting, the colour payoff is absolutely incredible. This is going to make the base of your smoky eye really deep in colour. It's also going to make sure it doesn't move, but because they are super creamy and easy to blend out before they set in place, you get a very seamless blend. I start applying this colour at the root of the eyelashes and I buff that colour into the skin towards the socket line where the eye naturally creases, and I use a synthetic bristled brush to do this as synthetic bristles work a lot better with cream based products. Now remember, this is our base layer. You don't want to apply too much, you want just enough to cover the eyelid so it gives it a wash of colour. So we've got this really nice charcoal base. Now if you're going for a rounded smoky eye, you can leave it here before you move on to the next stage. However, I'm going for a slightly more winged out shape. I want to create a bit more of an almond appearance to the lid. So I'm going to follow the direction of my lower lash line as if it was to continue upwards. This is going to give me the lift. Then using my brush, I'm going to pull the colour in this direction to fill in this little space here. And that's going to give me that really nice winged out shape. A little tip is if you are using the same brush and you feel like you've got too much product on the bristles, run your bristles onto a clean towel or tissue before you continue blending on the skin. You can also use your finger to clean up, or a cotton bud, before this sets in place. As you can see, pulling the colour back on itself towards the eyelid means that we haven't gone outside of the shape that we have created. This step is completely optional. For a really nice intense smoky eye, I like to take that same shade underneath my lower eyelash line, and this frames the eye, so it gives it a really beautiful shape, but it makes it a lot more smoky. And again, this is a base for our next shadow. A smoky eye, in my opinion, is never complete without a nice smoky waterline. You can use the same shade you used on your lid. However, I'm just using a black kohl pencil. If your eyes are particularly small, you can skip this step. Next, I'm taking a flat shader brush dipped into a matte brown eyeshadow. This one is a Natasha Denona brown from the Glam palette. However, any matte brown eyeshadow will do. And what you're going to do is trace the shape you've already applied with your cream eyeshadow, and you're going to softly pat this colour over the top, and then using what's left on your bristles, we're going to also gently take that above the cream eyeshadow. So this is going onto the skin, and this is going to create a really beautiful gradient from that darker shade into a lighter brown as it goes up towards the brow bone. I specifically say use a patting motion because this is going to give you the most dense colour payoff. It also means you can be quite precise with your application. For example, here with the wing, don't be afraid to turn your brush around so that you don't disturb that beautiful shape that you've created. Use the tip of the bristles to really direct the colour where you want it. And also another tip is to use a very light hand. For example, here when you're looking directly straight into a mirror and you know this is the area that you need to fill in, use a very light hand and apply a very light amount of colour. Same as underneath your eyes. If you go too heavy handed, it'll be harder to remove the colour because you can always add more, but it's a lot harder to take away. Here I'm using a clean brush to just go along the seams and buff them out so it's nice and well blended. And then using very light patting motions, continue to build it up until you're happy with that colour intensity. Thursday I will be uploading part 2 of this tutorial. It will be the base makeup to go with this smoky eye. So now I've got both eyes done, I'm just looking into a mirror to make sure they look as even as possible. My eyes are slightly different shaped, one is a little bit bigger than the other, so just take your time and make sure that they're blended as even as possible. Then I'm going to go in with a coat of mascara. Because we have used matte eyeshadows, you don't want to blob your mascara if you can help it, so look down into a mirror because this will make it a lot easier. It means that you're less likely to print on your top lid. In case you're wondering, the mascara I'm using is by Lancome. It is the Mr. Big or Monsieur Big mascara, and this is great if you want volume and you don't want to wear false eyelashes. So I'm going to show you what this looks like without the false lashes and with the false lashes. The falsies I'm going to use today are by Espresso. These are Naughty and Nice. I love these because they're not over the top, but they're fluffy, so they give a little bit of length, but they don't look over the top. If you want to try these eyelashes for yourself, you can use my discount code Shonagh at the checkout. Will give you 15% off, and I will link it below for you. I have some great tutorials on how to apply eyelashes, how to look after them, how to reuse them, and I will link those on screen for you. This is how the smoky eye looks with just the mascara. And then I'm going to apply the false lashes again so you can see what they look like. And then you can make the decision as to whether you prefer it with or without falsies. And that's how I achieved this beautiful brown smoky eye. The actual smoke itself is 2 easy steps to achieve. So whether you are a newbie or a pro, you will find this easy to recreate. Don't forget to come back on Thursday to see the base makeup to go with this smoky eye. Come follow me outside of YouTube over on Instagram. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Give the tutorial a thumbs up if you found it useful, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye guys.